Keith, first of all, how old are you?
I was born on the 15th of June 1976.
1976. And how long have you been homeless for?
How long have I been homeless? I've been homeless since I was 19.
Since you were 19, it's a long time now. And Keith, how did all of this happen? How did it begin?
How did it start?
Yeah, how did you end up being homeless?
Because I was brought up in children's homes, hostels, but I was sexually abused in the foster homes and in care. So to get away from that, I had to run away.
Okay, you ran away.
It hurt because, these are people that are meant to help you, but they didn't help me, they were making it worse.
So, sorry to go into this, but the people that sexually abused you, was it the staff that worked there or?
Both.
Okay.
Both.
Were you the only one or were other people affected as well?
There was residents and there was care workers that were meant to look after you. But...
And then you ran away from that place, I assume. And when you became homeless, what was your first day like? Describe to us your first day being on the streets.
Scary. I was scared, because I didn't know where I was. I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah.
I was pretty much petrified because, there was a lot of people that were like, "Oh, you look cute, you look good, Oh, do you want to make some money? Come with me, I'll give you some money, So, and at the time, I needed money, and I did things that I regret, And even when I think about it now, it makes me hurt because it wasn't nice, And yes, I sold my body, and it wasn't nice, it was disgusting, and when I think about it now, it hurts me.
So was this other regular people or the homeless people?
Regular people, normal people in suits.
That's sickening. People in suits. And what area were you initially homeless in? This area or somewhere else?
No, in the West End.
West End.
Piccadilly.
What do you find the toughest part about being homeless?
Finding a place to sleep, which is safe, because when you try to sleep, you get people who have been on a night out and they've been drinking, or and they come and they kind of like throw things at you or urinate on you. And, I've been attacked. I've had a lot of my stuff stolen, and, but they urinate on you, and they think it's funny because they've got their friends, And it's like, let's have a laugh at this, And it's wrong,
Yeah.
But you try to speak to the police, but they say, well, you shouldn't be sleeping on the street. But hang on a minute. I know I shouldn't be sleeping on the street. You know I shouldn't be sleeping on the street. But why can't you do something and help us? Because it really hurts.
And where do you sleep currently?
Well, here.
Yeah. And is there anything? I know you've had a rough childhood as well. Is there anything you miss from before becoming homeless?
Yeah, I miss my mum, and I miss my brother and my sisters, because they were great for me, but although I only got to know my family when I was 22.
Okay.
Because being in children's home and being past the buck, as to say, because I was in children's home, foster home, and I was sexually abused by foster parents, and I was put back into care, and then I was sexually abused by the care workers. So, it was kind of not right, and but I just thought, and after a while you get this mindset that it's normal. It's normal to do that, It's normal to go to have intercourse or to have sex with men, for money, But that was normal, That's what I thought, But it really took me a long time to realise that it wasn't normal. That wasn't right, and it isn't right, but there's a lot of people that are still doing it now, yeah, because you know what I mean. A lot of people, they've got drug addictions and alcohol addictions. I had a drug addiction, I had an alcohol addiction, but I'm off the drugs for nine and a half years.
Which
now.
drug were you the most addicted?
Heroin and crack.
Okay.
But I'm on medication now.
And don't mind me asking, Keith, but how many people like that were they that were abusing homeless people? Was it countless, or was it?
In which sense?
Meaning
are you talking about the normal kind of people, or?
Yeah, normal people.
Countless, because you know what I mean. They preyed on people. They preyed on the homeless because they knew that homeless people had nothing, and they know that they didn't have any money. They know they didn't have any place to stay. So you know they thought, well, okay, you know, sorry for putting it this way, but it's, okay, I can get my end away because this person needs money, you know. So you know he's gonna do it for money.
Taking full advantage.
And they do take advantage, and they did.
This is shocking for us because we've interviewed a lot of other homeless people, and this is the first time I've come across this. And it's really sad to hear that this is happening out there. And you said it's still happening to other people. And Keith, just for my own clarity, I want to ask that you went into foster care and stuff. How did that happen? What happened with your family?
Well, when I was 4 years old to the age of 6, I was taken away by my father.
Okay.
From my mum.
Yeah.
And he sexually abused me, and took me a place in Tenby, and he assaulted me sexually, physically.
Yeah.
And when the social services found me when I was 6 years old, they found me locked in a cupboard, with a hole in the cupboard, with another boy, who I found out later to be my half brother.
Okay.
But when I was found by the social services, I was black and blue from head to toe. And when I was 21, I actually got to see my social services file.
Okay.
And I saw 3 photographs of a boy who was naked from head to toe. But the boy that I saw in the picture was black and blue from head to toe, front and back, and I couldn't even recognize it. Yeah. But that boy was me.
Wow.
Yeah. And I couldn't even recognize
the
that.
Pictures that you saw, how old were you in those pictures?
I was 7.
7.
Yeah. And I couldn't even recognize it. Yeah. I couldn't even recognize my own self. Yeah. Because it was just.
What ended up happening to your stepdad?
My father got a life sentence.
Okay.
And his partner, who he was having an affair with, she got 24 years.
Now fast forward, when was the last time you met your family, your mum and your brother?
The last time I met my mum,
yeah,
was in 1997.
Okay. What's the nicest thing someone has done for you while living on the streets?
Take me home to a nice place and make sure that I was safe, and to be able to get like a clean, you know, like a proper bath, and to have a clean and a shower, and to sleep in a proper bed, you know, and to have real food, you know. And there was no like, oh, I'm going to take you home and then you're going to get clean and then I'm going to do some nasty things to you. And it didn't happen that way. And it was great, you know, because it was a couple. It was a man and a woman.
All the mean things that people have done to you in the, last however many years you've been homeless, what part does alcohol play in that?
The alcohol, I started alcohol abuse when I was 14.
Yeah.
Because it was the only way for me to block out the pain.
Yeah.
To block out all the anxiety and all the pain and all the things that were going in my head.
Yeah.
I just needed to block it out, and to do that, I was drinking. But then, when I was 17, I started taking heroin, which was really my downfall. And it really hurt because but at the end of the day, for me, it was great because it took away all my pain, it took away all my anxiety, it took away all my anger away. But then I realised it wasn't working, you know, because it was just making it worse.
It's temporary,
you know?
isn't it?
So, like 5 years ago, I said, look, enough is enough. And I went to a clinic and I said, look, I need to get off this. Yeah? I need to get off heroin. So they sat me down for an hour. I spoke to a nurse. They did a urine sample. They saw that I was positive for drugs. And then I got onto a methadone script, which I am on now. You know, and I take methadone every day, and I take 90 mils of methadone a day.
And being homeless, what do you think gets you through the tough times?
Because I've seen the destruction that I can do, and you know, I don't want. I want to be able to go to sleep, and I want to wake up the next day. You know, I don't want to just like say, okay, that's it. You know, I don't want to give up.
That's not you.
You know, I'm not going to give up. You
Fantastic.
know, because you know, I thought when I started taking drugs and drink, that was it. I gave up. Yeah. But when 5 years ago, when I said enough was enough, and I had to get myself sorted, and I got on the methadone, that's when my life started changing. You know, and that's when I changed my life around. You know, and I'm glad I did. You know, because if not, I probably wouldn't be here now. Or should I say, I know I wouldn't be here now.
What would be your final message to people out there that you feel like they need to know?
If you've got like an alcohol addiction, drug addiction, or you've got mental health issues, there is available help if you want it. But you've got to want it. You can't, nobody can force it to you. Yeah? You've got to say, I want this, I need this, I want this help. You know? Because anybody can say, oh, I can help you, but you need to want it. You need to say, I need the help. Not like somebody coming up to you and saying, oh, I can help you.
Yeah.
You need to take that help. If somebody says, we can help you, take it with open arms. Take it with open arms, as long as it's genuine. As long as it's genuine. And make sure you check out, because, you know what I mean, there are people that try to say, oh yeah, we'll help you, but they're not genuine, yeah? And they take advantage, yeah? But make sure it's genuine, and if you want it, you will get it, and it will help.
And what would be your message to people that are out there with the regular lifestyles? You know, they have their job, their home, their family, their home. What would you want them to know? You know, the people that are in the position to be able to help people. What would you want them to know?
I would like them to stop. Just stop and think, you know? And when they see homeless people, not just to walk on by, because we're not invisible, yeah? But when they walk past, we are as though we are invisible, yeah? And they don't acknowledge us, you know? They will not acknowledge us, yeah? But, I mean, I would just like somebody to stop and say, do you know, I've never spoken to a homeless person. But just stop and speak to a homeless person. Find out what's going on, you know? And maybe that way it'll give them an insight into what life is really about on the street.
100%. Thank you so much for that.
That's the only thing I can really say to these people, you know what I mean? Please just try to take a minute to just say, look, okay, I've never spoken to a homeless person. Yes, they might be a little bit anxious, they might be a little bit afraid, but don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of us. We don't bite, you know? It would be nice if you just stop and say, okay, introduce yourself, you know? And that person will introduce themselves, you know? And it's nice if you can introduce yourself and say, look, my name is, you know, and I would like to talk to you. Is it okay to talk to you? No problem.
Good to get to know each other.
Yeah.
Fantastic. All right, thank you so much for that great insight.
No worries.